What's going on, SWILL gang? Welcome back for another episode of Last Fortress Underground. All right, so hopefully you guys were not under a rock. If you guys were under a rock, I will go ahead and give you guys a quick recap on what we've got going on here in the game. All right, so we have an event going on. Follow Starlight. You got to be logged on for 8 days straight. Then you get a new hero from the TV show that's on Amazon Prime right now. It's called The Boys. All right, it's a pretty good show. I just started watching it maybe a couple days ago. I'm still in the first season. It's actually pretty decent. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. I like it a little bit. So I'm going to watch all the seasons just to get a good grip on what's going on there so I can figure out what this is. So let me know in the comment section below if you watch The Boys TV show. All right, so we're going to talk about Starlight on this episode, and we'll go over some different things. We'll go over the skills, not just to read the skills to you guys, just to be the narrator. That's not what I do. But we have to know what we have so we can know how we can use what we have. All right. So that's going to be what's going to help us out when we try to come up with different lineups and we try to come up with different types of gear that we can put on this character. So that's the only reason why I do these, like, I guess you call them hero spotlights. All right, so I got my Starlight up to level 50. That's what you get out the box. That's where she comes. She's the blaster, strongest spear, tactic planner. If you guys watch her on a TV show, she's really powerful. She's really powerful. So I hope they transfer that over to the game. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about her skills. All right, so her first skill is called Starlight's Blast. All right, focus requirement 1000, deals 60% attack damage to a random enemy target. Just looking at those words right there, it already tells you some things about this character already. All right, reduces all enemies' damage mitigation by negative 10%. That right there also tells you guys something else about this character. All right, so for the level up effect, the damage is going to go from 60, 68, 76, 84 and 100%, and then the damage mitigation is going to go from negative 10, negative 12, negative 14, negative 16, negative 20% for the mitigation. All right, so off the bat, like I said, this is going to already tell you, it's going to tell you who she's up against, and it's going to tell you what gear to put on her already, just off of that first little section right there. All right, so the next skill is called Overcharge. At the beginning of each round, her attack damage increases by 2.5%, stackable for up to 3 layers. All right, now that's another thing that's going to tell you something as well. All right, so attack damage bonus goes from 2.5%, 3, 3.5, 4%, and 5% respectively. All right, it's a really good skill. Sounds really nice. All right, so next skill is called Helping Hand. All right, increases damage mitigation of front row allies by 5%. And other teammates' normal attack damage by 2.5%. All right, so that's amazing right there. The level up effect goes from 5, 6, 7, 8, 10% for the damage mitigation. And then the damage increases by 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, and 5. You unlock this at epic quality, of course. All right, the fourth skill is going to be called Binding Burst. All right, Starlight's Blast will reduce an additional negative 7.5% damage mitigation. All right, so that level effect is going to go, so actually will reduce additional damage mitigation. Okay, let's see, 7.5, negative 9, negative 10.5, negative 12, negative 15% damage mitigation. You unlock this at Master. And then next one's called Energize. All right, so last skill, guys. Her attack damage bonus plus 12.5%. Attack damage mitigation, negative 5%. So that's going to be two different types of things here, negative and a positive. So attack damage bonus goes from 12.5%, 15, 17.5, 20, and 25%. So off the bat, this is an offensive and a defensive character. If you guys haven't really paid too much attention to what I was saying here on what we got going on with the skills, this is going to be this is a good character, guys, and we get it for free. This is amazing. Now, I'm not knocking all the characters that that we had to buy a couple months ago that we had to spend on. I'm not knocking those characters, but this character right here, I think it's going to be a little bit better than those for the most part, for free. Okay, you can't beat that. Just got to log on 8 days straight, or 8 days. That's it. Just log on 8 days. You get her. I think everybody unlocked her last night. I've seen all the little tickers and all the little alliance chats and everything like that. Everybody's getting Starlight. All right, so let's go over some of the gear possibilities. All right, so if you looked at the first skill that she has, or any hero that we have, for the most part, I think there's like 1 or 2 that are an exception to that rule that don't really tell you. But this one, she does tell you that she's attack damage. So when there's attack damage, you're going to use intellect, INT. All right, so if you have it, use what you have. Don't stress it if you don't have it. So if you guys you have a bunch of hurricane laying around, I would throw some hurricane on her, just because I haven't used her yet, so I have no idea. But I'm just going by speculation and what we have done in the past with these characters. All right, so what's good about that? You can always mix and match your gears. That's a good possibility as well. But looking at the details with the hurricane, let's see, the 2 set is going to give you guys the damage bonus plus 5%, attack damage bonus plus 5%. The 4 is going to give you set focus damage plus 15%. I think her first skill was saying something about focus. You get like 1,000 focus, something like that. I'm not sure if I would put castle on her, but I don't think it honestly would hurt, because what happens is, if you look at some of the other skills that she has, she's a protector and a damager basically. So what she does is she's going to give the damage mitigation, I guess, for the group, and then she's also going to lower the mitigation, which is going to be the front row, which for the front row, you guys are going to have tanks. So I'm going to call her a tank killer, a tank buster, a tank crowd control person, basically a CC. Gonna go ahead and see. If I say CC, you guys know that I mean crowd control. So I play a lot of MMOs, and we use a lot of different jargon that some people may not be aware of, or some people might be. So if you hear me say CC, CC means crowd control. So she's gonna go ahead and lower their mitigation. So if you guys know that the tanks, people that are in the front row, they have high damage mitigation. So she's gonna lower that, and you're gonna be able to kill the tanks. But in the past, if you guys are looking at your attacks, you always want to, if you look at some of I've only done maybe a couple videos on different lineups, and I have more coming up, but you will always want to take out the damage dealers, the DDs. You want to take out those guys that do the damage. And then what happens is, later on, the tanks are the last ones they're left standing. All right, tanks don't do that much damage, they mitigate the damage. All right, so if you can take out the damage dealers, there's no other opposition anymore after that. If that makes sense for you guys. Try to make this as quick as possible, and I try to dumb it down a little bit, as much as I'm not saying you guys are dumb, but I'm trying to dumb it down so everybody can understand it, whatever learning level you might be. All right, but now with this right here, with her, she's going to lower the mitigation, which more chances are we're going to be able to kill the tanks first, and that's going to leave the damage dealers standing still, which is kind of off of what we've already built so far in the game. All right, so that definitely she's a game changer. Let me put it that way. She is a game changer. All right, so with the next one, I would not put Apocalypse on her, because it's got the set crit rate plus 10% and the crit damage is plus 20%. So honestly, if you have it, put it on. If that's all you have, put it on, but I wouldn't put this on her at all. I won't put on any tough wall on her either, because it's going to give you guys her the defense, but she might have to get the defense. I don't know. It looks like everybody's going to be probably running the gun and try to kill her, but I wouldn't put that on her. Alpha Bless 2 set is going to give you the plus 5% crit immunity rate for all heroes in the lineup. Maybe. The 4 is going to give you gains a shield of 5% of the max hit points for the first round, starting blah 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 blah. Maybe Alpha Bless, guys, possibly. But I would say, for if that's all you guys have, Alpha Bless is probably going to be something you're going to put on at the very, very minimum. If we do like a tier list, that's going to be the very bottom of the sets for the most part. Then you got Mental Control. 2 gears going to give you plus 3% damage mitigation. Plus 3%. No. Every normal attack launched by the enemy has 50% of inflicting it on a wearer. Nah, probably not that one either. And then we got the self-healing set. 2 pieces is going to give you hit points plus 6%. Maybe. So I think she's had to stay alive. We want her to stay alive as long as we can. So possibly put this 2 set of this on her, and 2 set of something else, possibly. The 4 gear set's going to be at the beginning of each round, restore some hit points equal to 20% of the hero's attack. The effect will be doubled when the hero's hit point is lower than 50%. So maybe you may put a 2 piece or a 4 piece on her for this, possibly. And then we got the Super Core. 2 sets going to give plus 7% damage mitigation. 4 sets going to be at the beginning of each round, restore 500 focus. Maybe this is going to be a good one for her. For the heroes on your side, the effect will loop from the hero at position 1 to other ones in later rounds. It only takes effect once each round. So this is a strong possibility right here, guys. Super Core seems like it's going to be a super go. And then we got the Ripper, last but not least. 2 set, normal attack damage plus 20%. 4 is gonna be normal attacks cause bleeding. Deal 35% damage to target for 2 rounds. So that's gonna be a really strong possibility, guys. Well, not a really, I'm not gonna say strong possibility, no. That's gonna be a maybe. No, it's not a strong possibility at all. No, not at all. So looking at all the different sets and everything, we went over every piece of gear we have in the game. I'm gonna say Hurricane is probably gonna be the best. And then anything that gives you focus or anything like that is gonna be the second best for this particular character. All right, so when it comes to lineup, you wanna make sure she's either in a, I'm gonna say like a fast attack type of lineup, but you wanna look at her luck. All right, so her luck increases the hero's initiative during battles. So you want her to attack first. So you always want her luck to be, I guess, the highest, so she can attack first. Haven't really had a chance to test her because we just got her, so just look out for some future videos on this. But definitely, I want to put her with Haytex. Put her with Haytex, Elaine. I want to try her with Chu, and I kind of want to put Benson in there, maybe Laurel, Galan, or something like that. And as a tank, I would probably put maybe Harmon or something like that. But once we get everything tested, guys, it's going to take a little bit of time. Then we'll go with that. Now, we have 2 other heroes as well. We have Huey, and then we have the Butcher. Now, they are not any kind of superheroes in the TV show, but they have some kind of, I guess they injected themselves with the serum, and they became very strong and powerful there. So once we get those heroes, we will definitely go over those in the spotlight as well. But that's what we have going on at this very moment. At the time of this recording, guys, like I said, this character's only been out less than 12 hours. So it is what it is. Hopefully you guys did find some kind of an insight on this character, and it does help you guys out. But stay tuned for more videos in the future. All right, as always, guys, thanks for your support. Love you all. Peace.